Yo, what is going on, guys? Templeton here, back with another video. In today's video, I got a new episode of Climb the Ladder. Yes, we got a new episode of Climb the Ladder. We got another guest on. His name is Jaylab Baseball. If you guys do not know him, he's an up-and-coming TikToker like myself. He's also a D3 baseball player. He plays from Stevenson University. So, yeah, we're kind of in the same situation. So, I'm going to have a great conversation with him about baseball and content in general. So, without further ado, let's get right into the podcast. Jaylab Baseball on TikTok. What is actually your name's Jason? Is it Jason?
Yeah, Jason Labrador.
All right. I just explained what he is, a D3 grinder as well as myself. So, kind of first question. Here we go. Just explain kind of what your journey of baseball has been up to, like, this point.
Yeah, so, growing up, I don't think I was ever kind of the best on the field. I was definitely the one who had the most heart in it, but wasn't always gifted the best talent. So, as time went on, I realized how much I really do love the game of baseball, and I want to pursue a career in it more than anything. So, I worked hard. I worked harder than anybody else in the room, and kept my dreams alive. And here we are now. I'm 20 years old, playing in my third year at Stevenson University, which has been super cool. Just a huge testament to hard work pays off. I love my haters because I know that there's a lot of people who didn't think I could get here. And I'd love to continue to show people that I'm going to go even further. So yeah, it's just been a lot of D3 grind, like you said, a lot of just grind in general. It's a mentality. And that's my life nowadays. Just a lot of grinding and a lot of getting better and showing the world that there's going to be a lot more of me coming up.
Dope, man. That's really dope. So, like we said, obviously many times we're D3 grinders. You got into college at this point. So, was your recruiting process, was it easy? Was it hard? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
It was definitely difficult. I grew up not really knowing much about college. I'm a first generation college student. And my parents never had my older sister. She's the artsy type. She's a vet tech. Very opposite of what I do. So they didn't really know anything about baseball, travel ball, college ball. They knew nothing about it. So it was I was the learning process. And at first, my first organization that I ever played travel ball with, it 14 through 16, they basically said it was almost impossible to play college baseball, and that kind of hurt me a little bit. I was definitely a D1 or D none type of attitude. I didn't know what was out there, D2 or D3. I live on Long Island in New York, so I knew of Stony Brook and St. John's. I was like, shit, I can't get there. I'm missing some tools. I'm lacking a lot of development. And so, my high school years were tough. A lot of weird, confusing conversations that I'd have with myself and my parents. Just really, will I even get there? But then I played my 17th and 18th year with Long Island Baseball, a great organization, priding themselves in getting players to the next level. I had a really good year, both at the plate and on the mound, and a lot of schools, they came over and they checked me out. Some D2s, mostly D3s. And it was good to, finally feel like, somebody wanted you after believing something different your whole life. And then in the fall of my junior year, we did this program, which is kind of like what you do when you're on official visits. You view the school and you talk to the coaches and all that stuff. We did that through Long Island Baseball and went to 13 different states and almost 100 different colleges. Which was crazy. I got to learn a lot of new things about college and how it works, and got to see different perspectives and different levels. And then after getting a couple D2 and D3 offers, I decided that Stevenson University really fit me best, and here we are now.
Yeah, that's great. You know, your story is kind of like mine. Like, I wasn't in, like, well, growing up in, like, the 12, 13, 14 ages, like, I was kind of like that kid that was like, he's gonna go places someday with baseball in this game, and I kind of let that get to my head. I didn't really work as hard as I should have. I played, like, more video games than working out, because I was like, I kind of knew that I was pretty good at baseball, so I kind of let that, like, get in my head a little bit. And ultimately that led to everyone in high school catching up to me, and that's when high school baseball wasn't really good for me. Like, I didn't have, like, everyone says high school baseball was one of the best years of baseball in life. That's not for me at all. I could take high school baseball out of my baseball journey so quick. But travel ball just really got me out there, and it was really, I'm so thankful for the organization that I was a part of. And yeah, like a bunch of D2s, D3s, like yourself. And I thought Immaculata was the choice for me. So I'm glad to see that, like I was talking to Alex the other podcast, and it's pretty crazy to see how a lot of people had a similar journey when it comes to baseball. And, like, I'm not even just saying, like, we're D3, like, we have the same journey because we're in D3, but it's just crazy to see how, like, our stories, like, line up. So, like, that's just amazing. But going on to, I know you're a glove guru, man. Like, I want to know, like, how did your love of gloves just come about?
Wow. Yeah, no, it's really cool because, Jaylab baseball, is only Jaylab baseball because we started with Empire State ball gloves, in October of 2022. And I don't know, I guess baseball gloves were just a thing that kind of stuck out to me. I feel like everybody, including you, Alex, Max, everybody has got some sort of collection or hobby that they have, and there was just something about me that really loved the idea of everything a baseball glove is. It's flashy, it's, everybody's focused on like elbow guards and leg guards and bats, but this was different, and the community was super inclusive. I still don't really know a lot about the specs of gloves and models and all that stuff, but guys who know a lot more than me welcome me with open arms, and they're just pretty. They're just so pretty, and I'm quite frankly addicted, and my funds don't like me for what I'm doing, but we're still doing it anyway.
That's dope, man. I know you got some really nice looking gloves, and I know you need to show off those nice looking gloves. So is there any, like, plans for those gloves? Are you gonna make a shelf, or are you gonna just, like, do anything with those gloves? Like, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, no, so hold on, let me go on my Instagram here because I forget who I spoke to the other day. I spoke to Ryan Burnett. He runs Rhino Gloves, like 6.5 thousand followers, and
Dang.
I was talking to him about a glove opportunity I got. He also got the same opportunity and had actually gotten the product. So we were just talking about that, and then we just got into talking about gloves and how much we love them, like as you do with other glove guys. And he showed me that he's got like a glove room, and wow, I mean, that's where it's going. Where I'm at right now is I will have a glove room in the next 5 years of my life dedicated to only baseball gloves. It's just like art. I don't know. It's like, I consider myself an artsy dude, but there's just something about it that sticks out, and putting them up on the shelf and making it look all pretty, like it just seems like something artsy. I guess I have quality.
That's
all
dope,
that.
man. That's dope. So, junior year, right? Correct? Junior year going to Stevenson?
Yep, junior spring.
Both juniors. So, what are your season goals heading into the spring?
Yeah, so we talked about this on our live the other day, and personally, I'm just super not satisfied with the way my college career has gone so far. I think I let the pressure get to me and kind of made it more than this is baseball. Like I let a lot of other things get in there, and coaches' decisions and coaches' words and players' decisions and players' words, let that stuff get to me. And it kind of just screwed my performance and the way I was feeling. So this year, I think social media has really helped me kind of step into my own and become a leader on and off the field, and someone who isn't afraid to speak up. So I think going into this year, my goal is to just use my leadership to give me better opportunities. My mental state is a lot better, and I think stuff like that is, you see all these guys on Instagram and on TikTok, they're like 5 ways to gain velo. Well, get your mental state right and you're really throwing harder.
Yeah.
Like, it's just stuff like that. Like, there are so many little things that you don't realize will help you that will. Like, I feel like I can go out there and absolutely shove just because I'm feeling good and I feel confident. Like, and people sleep on those qualities. So, obviously it's the same thing. Help my team, help us win, get to a natty, win a natty, hold up a trophy, get some pictures taken. But just it all starts with leadership and confidence. So I hope to instill those in myself this year and really break out.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear, man. Like, again, like you, my college career hasn't been what I really thought it was going to be. I kind of let the pressure get to my head too, because our first game my freshman year, I got an AB in the last inning, and well, I don't really like to bring it up, but I struck out to end the game. So I feel like that's always been on my mind. It's still on my mind to this day, because I felt like if I just did something, put the ball in play, I would have more at bats than I have now. I don't even have like 20 at bats really, but like I'm really like trying to not get that to my head, because I know I'm a better ball player than what I've shown, and I really like also focused on becoming a better teammate, because again, high school wasn't really my thing with baseball. I feel a part of that was kind of like I wasn't really the best teammate. I kind of relied on like, oh man, like why am I not playing this much? Why am I batting last in the lineup? Stuff like that. Like, I just really have to like just not be so selfish, in my opinion. I feel like I've gotten a lot better at that through the years. But like you said, man, like just not letting the pressure get to you, like just being in a good mental state. And like as a hitter in college, I've like grown to accept the kind of little things. Like maybe in high school, if I hit 4 line drives at the shortstop, like, oh man, I went 0 for 4. But now it's like, dude, I beat the pitcher. Like, I literally hit a laser off of him. Like, he knows that, everyone else knows that. Like, just stuff like that, I feel like just like makes you a better hitter and just a better teammate and just a better player overall.
I personally think that like being a better teammate is huge. Just because like I've noticed since my freshman year, like coach would be like, be a better teammate. Good teammates go a long way. And when you're not playing and it gets frustrating and you feel like you're being a good teammate, it's so obvious to tell that you're bluffing and that you're fake and that you wish it was you in that moment. Like I look back on it and I was like, yeah, no, I wasn't being a good teammate. I was just being someone who was trying to be a good teammate to get some credit for being one. But it's to be a genuine good teammate and hope that your peers succeed just as much as you want to is huge. And some people will never experience that, because some people will just be oblivious to it and think, oh, whatever, what was me? But it's great for team chemistry. It's great for team performance, personal performance, and just your experience as a whole. I mean, you'll walk away with a sour taste in your mouth when you realize that all you did was blame other people and wish on other people's downfall your entire career just so that you can get a couple innings,
100%, man. Straight facts, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go into the more of the kind of like the content side, because man, you have been growing like extremely fast. You're probably the fastest person to get to like 2K I've ever seen on TikTok before, and that's crazy. So like, what's your goals with this content? What's your goals?
Well, I mean, I started out, Empire State Ball gloves. I wanted to showcase my gloves. I thought, baseball gloves are super cool. I want everybody to see my collection. But then I realized, you know, I have I have 20 baseball gloves. So what's the fun in just posting, my 20 baseball gloves, and then that's kind of it? Like, cool, I could take cool pictures with them, but like, where's my outreach? Where's my experience? Like, where am I touching other people around the world? Like, where is that experience coming? And so I decided to change it to a baseball page, because I just thought that I wanted people to get to know me a lot more, and not just the pieces of leather I wear on my hand. And just because, like, I have fun making content, I wanted people to know that, like, baseball's not serious all the time. And I'm sure you can attest to this all the time. Like, baseball is supposed to be fun. So by making these, funny TikToks and skits, and also like showing the competitive side of the game and just showing my personal life, like, I think people will start to relate to that and be like, man, like, he makes the game fun. Man, I want to make the game fun too. So yeah, definitely outreach, showing other people what the game is like, and how they can leave a lasting impact on the game. And also just, who doesn't want to be TikTok famous? Who doesn't want to create a brand? Like, it was a joke at first, like, oh my God, I'm going to be TikTok famous, ha ha ha. But like, every video that goes up and all the people that are seeing it, like, I'm realizing that I guess I am kind of good at this for what I'm at. Like, I didn't think I was any good at this stuff, but I keep growing, and I keep getting better ideas and learning more about equipment and cameras and just different things like algorithms on TikTok and all that stuff. And I just feel like it's it's something that I really like to do. So just kind of keep that up, grow an image, make an impact, and have fun.
That's great, man. That's great. So with this, maybe content or like baseball related, could be both. Where do you kind of see yourself in like 5 years from now?
So I've definitely thought about this a lot, and it's tough because 5 years from now is like a huge maturity gap, and just a huge life gap. A lot of things are going to happen in 5 years. First of all, I want to make content, and I still want to play baseball. Like, those two things are 100% in my mind. I don't see it going any differently. I look at Robbie Rowe a lot for inspiration. Shout out Robbie Rowe. He's the GOAT. And I think I basically just, I don't know, I want to be him. I want to be Robbie Rowe, but I want to be Jason Labrador being Robbie Rowe. I want to just do the same thing, because I think it's really cool. And, whether that be playing for, the best organization in the MLB, whether it be playing indie ball somewhere here in the States, whether it be playing overseas somewhere. I've said it to you, and I said it to Alex, and I've said it to a lot of people. I just want, I want a paycheck that says my name on it, and it can be related to anything baseball. It can be tracked to anything baseball. It's also in my bio. Follow my goals to be a professional PO. So yeah, definitely see myself continuing content, continuing being the baseball player I know I can be. And on the personal side of things, I don't know, man. Like, I know you are kind of like the same way as me, is where you're very, like, I feel like I don't need to party all the time. I don't need to, go out drinking. I don't smoke. So I just feel like I kind of want to settle down and, find the people that are in my circle, and just go from there. And also meet some more content creators and more baseball people, because quite frankly, you guys are the best. I literally cannot believe the amount of friends I've made and good relationships and connections in 2.5 months. Like, baseball is great. It's a great sport, and the people who are involved in it are fantastic.
It's literally crazy to see how a white 5-ounce ball could literally bring so many people together.
Yep.
And like,
Yep.
it's crazy because when me and Alex were talking and we're like, oh, who else could we bring in like this like group chat? Like, who else could we bring in our little like content like group chat? And I was like, I seen this Jaylab kid. Like, maybe like he's got some good content. Maybe he could like be like us, like join the circle, like. Because that's always what I've like dreamed of when I make content, like having a circle, a table with people that are like-minded. Because I've never been surrounded by people that are like that, and it's just so like I'm so thankful to finally like be around that circle of people that like want this as much as I do.
Yep.
So like, man, like, dude, I can't believe like I'm like this far into like content.
I mean, it's people that have gone through the same experiences. It's people that have totally different experiences. It's just people that are kind and love the game of baseball. Like it's all over the place. And I just think it's really cool. The people that we've recruited in this D3 and underrated, underappreciated athletes. I think that it's just been so cool to see how different our stories are, but how similar we are, and how, you said you've never been surrounded by like-minded people. I just see that we're all so like-minded. I can imagine, you having a bad game or a bad day, like, and what's going through your head, because I've been, the exact same way. This year I had a really great outing and then followed it up with a really terrible outing that kind of outed me for most of the year. And I just remember, the bus ride home and the car ride back up to my dorm and what I was thinking and how I just sat at the wheel when I parked my car back up at the dorm. It was like, man, like nobody understands me. Nobody understands what I'm going through. But now, obviously, again, different experiences, but it's so great to see, like, you guys get it.
Yeah, 100%.
And it makes it a lot better, and it makes it a lot easier going into the season to know that, like, if there's the four of us that are going through stuff like this, just imagine how many other athletes, how many other baseball players, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, you name it, are also going through tough times based on performance and just based on the way their life goes. So it was great to see that, and I feel like that'll help me a lot this season because I know I got people in my corner like that.
100%, man, 100%. So, all right, so I got another question. It's kind of for everybody that's watching this right now. Do you have a piece of advice to anyone that's watching that's kind of maybe a high school, maybe even a middle school dude trying to make the next level, next step? Do you have any advice for them?
Absolutely. I'd say first thing is, don't worry about, I know you talked about it recently on TikTok. Don't worry about perfect game rankings. Don't worry about who's watching. Don't worry about who's better than you, who's worse than you, who you should be out pitching, who you should be out hitting. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just play the game. Just play the game. When we started playing, we were too young to even know what was going on. We were just swinging a bat and throwing a ball. We had no idea what was happening. And we liked it, and we had so much fun. I don't think the best players in the world get anywhere wondering where they stack up against other players mentally. Your big league guys will be like, oh, I want to face this guy because I want to beat him. Or your college guys will be like, I want to face this guy because I want to beat him. That's cool. That's competitiveness. And that's great for the game, but don't let it mentally beat you. Just have fun. Let that competitiveness drive you to win that at bat, to win that game, to make that diving catch, to make that perfect throw. Like, I just, the more you think about it, the more you overcomplicate things, the more that you just drown yourself. It's all about having fun. And it's all about, just continuing to ball out. So just ball out, and if bad things happen, but, just keep finding a way to have fun.
100%, man. Remember why you started in the first place. Remember why you started. It wasn't to make a top 100 perfect game list. It was just to have fun. Alright, so last question of this podcast episode. It's been fantastic so far. What is your biggest inspiration? Or who? Who or what is your biggest inspiration?
Pretty stereotypical answer, but I have to say that my parents are my biggest inspiration. It's something that when you're younger you don't understand, because you don't understand how the real world works, and even as a 20-year-old, I don't really understand how the real world works. But to see all that they've sacrificed, and all that they've done for me, the money they've dished out when they didn't have it, the things that they've done to make sure that I can be doing what I love, it's just amazing. Love will take you a long way, and to see the love that my parents have for me in everything that they've ever done for me and everything that they've ever backed me up on, it drives me far. So for them, I'll never stop. For them, I'll always find a way to keep going, and even when it gets tough, like, it's really important to remember that when it was tough for my parents, they were still doing their best to provide for me, and to make sure that I was able to have a better chance than they did. Absolutely 100%, both my inspirations. There's baseball players I look up to and other people that I look up to, but nobody has had quite the impact that my parents had, and it'll probably continue to be that way. So couldn't have done it without them, couldn't be here without them, couldn't be on a podcast right now talking about them without them. So yeah
100%, man. Like, you got to give credit to the people that have taught you the game, taught you this beautiful game of baseball, and just taught you all these life lessons. And I know I wouldn't be the person without the life lessons that they have taught me, and all the other things. Man, they've risked so many weekends for just my loving of playing baseball, but I know they truly enjoy watching me play baseball out throughout the years, and will continue to enjoy watching me play baseball.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, thank you for hopping on this podcast. This was unbelievable. This was crazy episode, and I'm sure we will collab on a lot more content in the future. A lot more.
Only the beginning, that's for sure.
Only the beginning, man.
Plenty more in the future.
Plenty more, man. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. This is Ricky Templeton, Jaylab Baseball. Climb the ladder. Subscribe down below. Follow Jaylab Baseball on TikTok. Everything of his will be in the description. Instagram, TikTok, all his socials, including mine. So make sure you follow, subscribe, like, share everywhere. This is Ricky Templeton, Jaylab Baseball. Peace out.
Peace.